Absolutely.
take on Emerson.
Let's get him on. It's the Count Modular, Brains McLeod. Gav, thanks for coming on, my friend.
I honestly, I genuinely wanted to come on and have my Stell moment and mud him. But you get away with it, Sim.
After a 4-1 win. Come on, boys.
Sim gets away with it, but I don't think I'm going to get away with it, am I, Sim?
Harry, you absolute moron. You've had this coming a while, Barry. You've had this coming a while. Sonny rubbed his nuts all over your chin today, my friend.
Okay.
He's been bashing Sonny on the reg for weeks and weeks on end. Come on.
All right, let's see what he does on Wednesday night.
Give Sonny some props.
I'll give him some props for 2 assists, but is that not what he's paid to do, Sim? Is that what he's paid to do?
Barry, it's not just the assist, it's the feet, it's the movement, it's the speed, all of which you said were gone. You said he was gone.
It's Ipswich, Brains. It's Ipswich, mate. Get some perspective. It's not Real Madrid. He hasn't done that in the Bernabeu, has he?
Tell me this, Barry. When was the last time you ever seen Emerson Royale do
lift a trophy?
anything good?
Okay, cool. Anything good? Well, he lifted a trophy a few weeks ago. And Milan are also losing since Carl Walker's there. So, anyway.
Spurs and Milan's worst signing ever.
Yes, I'm in the mud. Yes, I've been bashing Sonny, but it's only Ipswich. I want him to do it again. I'm not gonna be like Josh and blame the reverse psychology that he's trying to claim, because he's got it coming for him later. Don't you worry about that. But I'll give him his dues. Today, Sonny was the Sonny of old. Let's see more of it.
Gav, what did you think of the the overall performance and what you saw today?
Now, after that first 5 minutes, I was like, here we go again. Like, we honestly, we could have been 3-0 down. And it was just, they got their feet, and you can understand it because obviously, Danzel comes in. 1 minute he's got Davies, next minute he's got Gray. It's you can get that it's, defense is all about partnerships. So it's obviously going to be a little bit of a chaos. Yeah. And I feel like he ended up showing his class, and he is a good defender. I think he's a great signing. I think he's potentially even better than Romero. I don't rate Romero, but I think Romero loses his head every time he plays. But Danzo did cause that goal. Like, he did absolutely just fluff on the ball, and then he just lay there. He didn't get back to his feet, and he just lay there. And where did the ball get cut back to? Right where his position is. So they should never have got that goal. They should have got maybe 3 goals, but they should never have got that goal. And but other than that, he came back in the game, and he actually showed a bit of mentality. I like the way he tries to break the lines, and he makes himself available for the 1-2 backwards inside. Like, he's a really good player. I thought Bergvall was superb today. I think Bergvall, for me, just from everything I've seen, not just like where he was before, he's a better footballer than Kulusevski. Like, Kulusevski is a guy who has moments, and Kulusevski's got a killer shot. He's got a beautiful shot on him. But over all the time that you'll watch him, I guarantee you, the stuff that Bergvall does, the way that he causes space, the way he drops shoulder, he can go both ways. He's a bit of Madison and a bit of Kulusevski. He's got everything you need to play every position of the mid. Do you know what I mean? So for me, I thought Bergvall ran the game. I think that the kid Matty was saying that Bentancur, you kind of didn't see much of Bentancur, but that's kind of good. That's his job. He's not playing as a 10, but he did run the whole of the middle of the midfield. So in the way that Ange plays, he doesn't play with 10s. He plays with 2 8s. So that's why you never see, I watch it, and I'm kind of going Kulusevski is just basically always on the right wing. I'm just seeing him never really pick up the ball centrally or anywhere else. But it's because of the design of how Ange wants it. He just plays with 2 8s, And the thing about Bergvall is he doesn't stay in the left side 8. Bergvall kind of goes everywhere. He goes and plays. A lot of the time, Bergvall was winning the ball 5 yards from Kulusevski. Where Kulusevski should be covering the ball, Bergvall was winning the ball. And so for me, it's I just don't think Kulusevski is he's not a midfielder. He doesn't do anything in the midfield for me. The amount of times in a game that you will watch Kulusevski get the ball, he's got 10 yards space around him, and what happens? You just see a defender come in, bang, take the ball off him. Like, honestly, for me, even when he scores a goal, I leave games going, I honestly would just rather him get a red card or just get off the pitch so he can get his legs back. Because I feel like we have such a good player in Kulusevski, and we just haven't seen it. Like we haven't seen it for like.
Didn't you not see it for the fourth goal?
But like, I mean, they're dead at that point. He gets a touch. It's a beautiful finish. Like that's what I mean. He's got a moment. He's got a moment in him. But when was the last time he did anything? Can you genuinely, can anyone remember? When was the last time he did anything really creative? Like
he got an assist for Tell's goal, didn't he, in the FA Cup?
A decent cross, but like, was he creative with it? Like, if you think about Maddison, if you think about per second, what you expect when you watch Maddison, what you expect from him, right? Because he goes one way, goes the other, he drops a player on his ass.
Like his assist today.
He does all these. He does a lovely assist, dribbling through players. Apparently, Odebert's the only dribbler we've got. Like what? Like Spence was dribbling all day, Bergvall dribbling all day, Maddison dribble all day. Like they've all got a bit of something. And yet, when I think about Kule's performances, like where's his dribbles gone? Where's his holding the ball up? Where's his interlinking play? I don't see it anymore, and it's really weird. And are we going to constantly just keep saying that he's not there because of he's played so many minutes? Are we going to just keep saying that? Because I don't think he's ever going to be benched. I don't think he's ever going to get a rest. So we have to get used to this is what we've got with Kulusevski. And the thing is, last season and the season before, there was these periods through the season where there was big debates about, we've just got to let Kulusevski go. You know, he's had it every season. He's never had a season where he just goes a whole season being really good. He just has a little burst, and then we go, oh my God, he could be the best player. But then he goes away again. And it's just so weird. It's like, he might come out this season actually having like maybe top goal scorer or, have really good, a really good season for stats. But genuinely sit there and say that he's really been that good?
Well, over the last month or so, I'd agree. But I think
it's been about 10 games.
Yeah, but even in that 10 games, he's still doing stuff. He's still providing the odd goal and the odd assist. He's not being like, it's not like he's doing nothing. But I agree. Like, even today, I wasn't happy with him. He was having a really poor game before.
So what does it take for Ange to take him off the pitch and like give it?
But he got the goal, so keeping him on worked.
But no, but that's like that kind of reductive type of thinking, like where, one thing happened, but what you could have got if you give him a bit of rest. What if say he doesn't come out for the second half? We win 3-1. But how do you know that say Mikey Moore comes on there or say someone else comes on there and they don't tear up shop and have the game of their life? How do you know?
How do you know they come on and aren't good? And
that's what I mean. It's a straw man.
You know what I mean?
That's what I mean. You can't prove either way. You just have to go, okay, well, he got like the good thing is that he got that goal, and maybe that kind of gives him, like confidence. Maybe that's
you can see there's a lot of relief in that celebration when he celebrated.
He celebrated like he knew that he should be doing a lot better than he is. He almost looked like he was gonna cry. It was like I needed that so badly because footballers, we can sit here all day and players and fans can go, oh, he's my favorite player. We can rate them. We don't actually know what's going on in their life. Like, he knows he should be better. He knows he should. As soon as all the commentators, because there's a bit of a lag between what we see every week and what commentators talk about and what pundits talk about. Because as soon as they all started to say, oh, this guy's been the Spurs' best player, he was already 4 or 5 games into like dreadful performances. So it was like they were late. And then people are watching, they're talking about it. They do a whole previews before games, and he has his worst game ever. And so for me, it's been like weeks and weeks and weeks of seeing a potentially good player we got flirted with. It's almost like Ange. The first 10 games, you think, oh my God, we're the greatest manager in the world. It's the same with Kulu. He has 8 games playing like a world-class player, and then it's gone. It just doesn't come back. So I hope that goal is going to bring something back for him.
Talk to me about 2 players who made their returns to the 11 today, Doggy and Brennan, getting their first starts since coming back from injury. How do you feel like they got on today?
I thought Destiny was pretty good. didn't look like he's carrying the trauma of the injury because like there was that ball that was going out and he got there, tipped it along the line, got in
Yeah.
behind. He looked like he was. Did he play the? He came off, didn't he? He came off at some point, didn't he?
Yeah, came off on the hour.
Yeah, and then to be fair, Spence went on that side and got a goal. So I mean, yeah, it wasn't that dominating performance
See that?
from what's his face, Udagi, but it was all right. It was good. It was good considering he had no game time, no little like runouts. And I thought Brennan Johnson. Here's the thing about Brennan Johnson. I don't know about you guys, but for me, Brennan Johnson is not a winger. There's two big things that my huge takeaways from that game, and it just blows my mind when a manager can't see it and just quickly just try it for 5 minutes. Brennan Johnson is not a winger, and Tell is not a centre forward. Brennan Johnson is the guy. He as a second striker, he should be the 9 when our 9 isn't there. It's like he can tap a ball in the back of the net. He get into the centre and tap you a 4-yard goal. So why not play him as the striker? Why do we have to watch cross after cross go into the box and there's no one there? Just have Brennan play as the 9. Tell, he's got a bit of pace. He can't hold a ball up for shit. He's not a striker.
Can Brennan hold the ball up?
Tell can't hold the ball up for shit.
I'm saying can Brennan though, but can Brennan? You're saying you want him in the 9?
Well, Brennan's a little bit stronger body-wise. He's got a little bit something about him. Brennan will probably try and go for that assist that Dane gets. Brennan probably does get that head on, whereas Tell doesn't win that. So it's look at Dane. Dane at least has been like blood into like English football and the kind of the roughness of it and just like the kind of stress that you're going to get on the pitch. I think he comes on and he just compounds Tell's bad performance. I think Dane was like way better than Tell. And it's kind of like that's why we shouldn't really blow players up before it's time, because Tell might have got 1 goal, but I haven't seen anywhere near enough. I would send him back. If this is what we've got as a player, I would send him back because I don't think he has the profile as a winger that we need, and he's definitely not a striker. So, but
is it too early to tell that? He's only started a few games. You've got to give him
It's just when you come in like when you come in like that mid-season, you think you're gonna. He's got rested legs. Like you think go and give it. And it's not for a lack of trying. You can see that he is trying. It's just that he is not the player to play in those situations where the ball into feet to try spin or to hold it up. He's not that guy. He really isn't that guy.
When it comes to just talking about Brennan though, and 2 goals again today. That's what I think is 14 in all competitions, 9 in the Premier League. First start back after that injury. Do you feel like we've maybe missed him a bit more than people give it credit for? Because the guy, whatever you want to say about him, he's frustrating as hell sometimes, and he'll have stinkers. But the guy gets goals consistently.
That's what I mean. Like, for me, he is one of the best finishers in the club, and he just understands and he reads the play of getting on the end of balls, whereas no one else really does it that well. He might be the best at getting on the end of a cutback than anyone in the club. So I always want to see him in the 9. I just don't along the wing and the way we play, rushing balls out to like the byline. That's asking a bit much for players like him who doesn't really have the technical ability to like do really smart stuff. Today I was really, that stuff is hard for Sonny, and it's just the nature of the play. Sonny actually did get a lot of really beautiful like little one-touch passes inside. Those are hard to do. They're hard to execute, and especially on the right side as well. You're looking for an outside of the flick inside. It's not easy stuff to do, or just hold the ball and go back. You could see Jed Spence was giving Archie crap today when he kept passing the ball flat to him. And we pass the ball out flat on the wrong foot to players all the time. And it makes it so hard it makes it all they can do is go back. If you pass the ball, if you give them a chance to turn and go and like pass the ball in the line of their run, and you see Spence was like telling Archie, he was like, stop passing the ball flat to me. It's like, there's space, give it to me on my run so we can get on the front foot. You know, so it's like, so there's a bit of that going on a lot of the time, but I just don't think the way we play that Brennan is the guy for the wing roles. That's why I'd like to see, before casting too much of a judgment on Tell, I'd like to see him on one of the wings. You know, it's a bit of a waste if you're going to put him in that central position, which is in the Premier League. That is the Wolf Slayer, man. You can't put a lightweight player in there. Even Sonny doesn't really handle it in there if you put him in. It's too easy to close and push light players off the ball, you know.
Okay, in terms of the bigger picture, though, Gav, 3 wins on the trot in the Premier League.
Bigger picture.
The bigger picture. We got 3 wins.
Shameless. He's shameless.
We got 3 wins on the trot in the Premier League now.
Sonny,
are we back?
like,
Are things
Sam,
turning?
Are you saying that we're on a run? Are you saying that we're on a run?
Is 3 games in a row not a mini run? A small run?
That's not a mini run. For Spurs,
when does a run start, Brains?
No, at least 5 games, minimum 5, but probably not even. I think a run is like, 6, 7 games, then onwards. But you can't even really call it.
But we haven't won 3 games in a row since last year. I think December 23. So
but this is what you're doing, Sam. You're celebrating like being bad. You're celebrating the fact that we've been bad for so long that you finally get to celebrate 3 wins.
I'm celebrating a win. I'm just asking the question: are things? Do you see any evidence that things are starting to turn yet? That we could maybe really start to get to the level that we've shown at other times under Ange?
Well, yeah, I think there is evidence for that because we actually brought a really good defender in, and he's brought a bit of Cam at the back. We managed to get Vicario back, so him plus Vicario is really, obviously you're going to get Cam. And then like it's just, there's still so many problems with it. You know what I mean? So I think Danzo needs a bit of time. I think he needs a partner to be consistent alongside him. And then you'll start to see that we will probably, the good thing is we've only conceded 1 goal in 3 games. That's really impressive. Mm-hmm. But we are still problematic. And as soon as you brought Porro on, again, you saw that there was problems on that side. Even though he was quite good at, like, he blocked a ball that was right across the goal. He does some all right stuff, Porro. It's just that I don't know if Porro fully understands the positional way to play, how he wants those. And when you see in Destiny and Spence together, I feel like they totally got positionally how to play. Like, I think they got that solid, and also both of them have the physicality and the strength to give a winger some space, and then they close him really quickly and they don't let the crosses come in. Whereas Porro doesn't have that space. He gives the guy the space because he wants him to push him to the line, and then he doesn't have the space to, like, really block him out. But honestly, I don't think there was any really bad performances. I just felt like there was 1 or 2 really, really strong performances. I thought Jed was good again. I thought Bergvall was absolutely superb. I thought Sonny was showing signs. I wouldn't say he's back, but I think he's showing signs. And just considering that, like, for his goal contributions, like, he's had an injury this season. He's come back from an injury and he's still playing the way he is. I think it's absolutely incredible, for him to be 32, to be able to get a hamstring injury and come back and still continue scoring and setting up goals is quite beautiful to see.
Will Ange still be here next season, Brains?
Man, I hope not. I just don't see the system being the best for what we've got unless he gets a control of the transfer window and gets to bring in exactly who he wants. But just the type of players that we bring in certain areas, I would love to see Ange if he had, like, an Eze come in. I'd love to see him if we had some, like, genuinely big name, good quality players come in. But if we're going to keep getting young players, we're going to keep just being a developing side. And that's what I mean. Like, this is all this season's been. It's also mostly what last season's been. We're just a developing team because you can have 11 senior players, but this is what the new normal is in the Premier League, is that you're going to go through an injury crisis every season. So you're going to need 25, 30 players. And I think you need a little bit more seniority. That's not to say that players like Bergvall, I would consider him a senior player now. Like, he's undroppable for me. players like Archie Gray will be absolutely superb, in the coming season. So these are all like there's been a strange amount of positives that have come out of the hell that we've been enduring with Ange, and who knows that if he did have two really strong 11s, with a mixture of youth and senior players, that he might be able to do stuff. But I just think there's still so many problems with the system. But yeah, if he wins the Europa League, for me, that's the only way he stays. I don't know about everyone else, but that's the only way he stays. Win the Europa League and get us, like I said, well, you should probably tell everyone, me and you, Sam, have a bet on. What is it? So I win if
you win if Tottenham. Well, we've got two separate bets. One of them is Tottenham to win Europa, and the other one is Tottenham. And the other one is Tottenham to finish 8th or higher.
So
it's the two bets.
Wait, say that again. So
Tottenham. So if Tottenham don't win Europa, then you win. That bet, and if Tottenham finish below 8th, you win.
Yeah, so I'm on for money basically. You hate money.
What do you
You're
mean? We're how many points of 8th are we now?
Wow, brains. Stranger things happen, mate. Emerson Royals won a trophy before Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. So
we're 7 points from 8th. Gav.
Jesus Christ!
I'm shameless. I've got to be shameless somehow today because Sim is
basking in the glory of three.
Barry, have you bought your tickets for the final, for the Europa League final?
Why would I do that?
Because she did it before, you idiot.
No, we've booked the hotel. Yeah, the hotel's booked just to be safe. It's reserved. It's not paid for.
Because you believe, Barry. There's a small thing inside of you that really believes.
Something inside so strong.
Exactly. Oh, no.
All right, get me out of here. This. Wow.
Brains, lovely to see you, my friend. Thanks for calling in. And I'll speak to you soon.
All right, see you guys later. Peace out.
That was Brains.